everyone. I want to talk a little bit about Youth Exchange, and then I'm going to introduce you to our guest today. Our club has been very, very active in Youth Exchange, and Rotary Youth Exchange sends 8,000 students internationally every year. Our particular club has at least 4 students every year that we sponsor. So we're very active, and we love our kids, and they're going to get up here and talk to you a little bit about the program. We have inbound students, which stay here for a whole school year. We have outbound students that go for the whole school year. And we also have short-term students that have a host sister or brother come here for 4 weeks, and then they go somewhere else for 4 weeks. So it's a wonderful program for students that like to play sports and don't want to miss a whole school year. So keep it in mind for grandchildren, children. It's a wonderful program, and you get so much out of it. So I'm going to start introducing our kids. Miranda Hall, who went to Japan for a year. Come on up. And Giovanni, who's here from Italy for the year. And Sitlali, we call her Tali. She's here from Mexico for the year.
Good afternoon, everyone. So first, I'm going to talk a little bit about culture shock, which, if you don't know what that is, it's basically when you're put into a different culture that's a little bit or even a lot different from your own. It's how you feel about it. And in Rotary, we're taught about the culture shock wave. So when you first get in your host country, you feel really good. It's the honeymoon phase. Everything's amazing and new. But then you start missing home. You get a little bit homesick, especially around the holidays. It's where it seems to get the worst. You want to go home. You start missing all your friends and family. But then you can draw yourself back out, and by getting involved in your school, getting involved with your friends over there, which brings you back to a high peak. But then you start to decline again when you realize it's almost over. I have to go back. So I'm going to hand it over to Gio now.
Hello, everyone. Is it loud? All right. So I'm Gio, and that's my city. It's called Cremona, and it's about 40 minutes from Milan. It's in the north. It's known for Antonio Stradivari, which is a really famous violin maker. He was really talented, considered one of the best violin makers in the world. So we have a museum, which you can see on the bottom right. And that's, also a really famous museum. And that's just the main square on the top. And you can also see my house somewhere in there. But yeah, that's my city. And so yeah, I just put a cost of these violins are really famous, so also really expensive. And so a lot of people come to my city to just play the violin and see. Hopefully you can come too. All right.
Okay, so I'm Miranda, and I spent a wonderful year in Kofu, Yamanashi, Japan. And that's just a lot of pictures of some of the stuff I did. I got to climb Mount Fuji while I was there. I got to light hanabi, which are fireworks, off the roof of my first host family's house with my host sister before she actually came to Logan, Ohio, the week after I got there. I got to wear kimonos, and I got to meet a lot of great exchange people. Kofu, for most of you who probably don't know this, so Tokyo is in the center, and then Mount Fuji is bordered by Shizuoka and Yamanashi, and I was in the capital of Yamanashi.
Hi, I'm Tali. Well, my name is Sitlali, but everybody calls me Tali. And I'm from Mexico. As you know, Mexico is in the south, really. If you go to south, then you go to Mexico. And I'm from a little island. Well, I am from Minatitlan, Veracruz. And because of my dad's job, we moved to Ciudad del Carmen. And that's a little island there. And it's known as the Pearl of the Gulf. It's a beautiful island. And well, the capital of Mexico is Mexico City. Our language is Spanish, and our currency is in Mexican pesos. And I have like some coins here that you can check out, and some bills that you can watch whenever you want. And those are pictures. Like the first one is a picture from the island. The bottom left is a picture from my hometown, and the other two pictures are from the island. And the one on the top, that's my Rotary Club. The president and the other women that are part of the club, there are more, but at that time we're not together. And behind them, it's two exchange students, one from Japan and the other one from Germany. And a little bit about my island, it's really well known because we have the oil company, the national oil company, produce a lot of the oil in our island.
It's me again. This is just a little about me, my family, friends, and my mom is visited Columbus, so she went to the North Market. My brothers on the top, and then my father with my brothers. That's my last day with my best friend in the bottom middle of the right there. And that's my city still in the winter. It doesn't snow that much, but so that's rare, so I put the picture. And that's in a lot. I like soccer a lot, so I've been playing soccer since I was 6, and I played soccer also in Bexley, so here in America. And so I made it in the newspapers.
Sorry, I wrote a lot more than he did. So, like I said, I'm Miranda. I actually turn 18 tomorrow. I am from West Jefferson, which is 20 minutes outside Columbus. It's a village. And I go to West Jefferson High School. I'm a senior. I am going to be attending the University of New England next year, which is in Maine. And I'm studying forensic psychology with a double minor in writing and history. I have a mom, dad, brother, and a husky coyote mix for a dog. I'm involved in a lot of activities at my school. I'm the lead trumpetist in the concert and pep and marching bands. I'm the bass guitarist in our jazz band, and I'm also the lead marimba player in my band. I was also a defense attorney for we won districts this year for my mock trial team. I am really involved in student government as of this year, and after having the experience I had in Japan, it really made me a lot more outgoing, so I was able to do a lot more that I actually wanted to at the school. I actually went out and auditioned for my school musical this year, and we finished production last night. And thanks to that, I am able to put myself out there more, so thank you all for that.
Hi, it's me again. Well, my name is Citlali Marcelo Castillo. My first name, Citlali, it's actually a Nahuatl name, native language from Mexico, and it means star. So I'm really Mexican, as you can know. I'm 17 years old. I am from Minatitlán, Veracruz, but I used to live in Ciudad del Carmen, Campeche. I'm from a nuclear family. That's my mom and my dad, and at the bottom, that's my sister. And I have a dog. He's there, and my dad was doing some yard work, and he just made a huge hole in the thing, and he was just there. And I really like to read, dance, and sing.
I don't have a lot of pictures with my host families. I just put the ones I have. I arrived here August 7th, and I have been staying with three host families plus John's family. And that's a picture we went during spring break. We went to the March Madness game, and So you can see that picture. The other picture is with my second host families, the Shapiros. And, it just really, I'm just really grateful because, of course, it's just a huge part of the experience, also changing families and learning about different ways to, live.
So I had 3 host families while I was in Japan, and they do something that's a little bit more unique there with host families. So here, when you go into the program, you have to bring 3 host families with you and you sign a form. There, only Rotarians are allowed to host. So I stayed with 3 different Rotarians. My first host family I was with for 6 months. So I was really attached to them and I really didn't want to leave their house. But I really liked all 3 of my host families. They're all great. My second host family, I actually got to live with my host grandmother. She lived in the house with us, and that was a bit different because I'd never lived with a grandparent before, but she liked to take care of me a lot. On Saturdays, all I can remember is I would wake up and not have club until later in the afternoon, and I'd go downstairs, and she'd just have 12 different kinds of bread sitting out there for me to eat for lunch, and I'm like, maybe not so much bread, but... And on my first host family, I didn't have any host siblings, because my host sister came to Ohio a week after I left, or got there, and my host brother, who was actually a year younger than me, lived in a different prefecture or state to go to high school. But yeah, and my third host family, they were 70 and 80, so their kids were all 40. But
Well, those are my host families. My first host family were the Chapmans. They're here, mom, dad. My second host family were the Middendorfs. I just moved yesterday. And my third host family, it's now being Donna, my counselor. The family Magard, it's hosting me right now. And I really want to say that it's when you left your country, it just people say that you're gonna miss one house, one family, just one time because it's your family, your real family. But then while you're here in the exchange, it's so difficult to just left behind your families, even when you're in the same city or just 3 miles away, like my mom said. It's really difficult. It's just you miss a lot your family. You get used to be with them. And I really, really appreciate all the people who are hosting kids like us. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Well, a little bit of my life in the U.S. I decided when I arrived here that I wanted to know a little bit more about American history, because just knowing about a country's history, you learn about a little bit more about the people there. So, and also about the government, because I'm really interested in government stuff. So that's my government teacher last semester. She's an amazing teacher. And the first picture, that's my government class. I love them so much. And the next one are all my friends. There are 2 of my house sisters, so it's super cool. I love them. And the last picture, it's when I did a little presentation about my country on the AP Spanish class, so that was really nice.
I like bacon a lot.
Misoshiro daisuki desu. That just means I like misoshiro, which is miso soup, and I ate that every day, 4 times a day. It's not even an exaggeration. They gave it to me all the time.
Well, my favorite food is pumpkin pie. Thanksgiving was a big thing for me. Pumpkin pie. I love pumpkin pie.
Those are the places I've been to while I was in the United States. New York City, Boston, Gettysburg. That's on the bottom left. That's just a picture of Bexley. I have a lot of pictures, but I could not fit all of those. But yeah, that's we did a trip like with a bunch of exchange students about 1 month ago, and Tali was there too. And we went New York, Gettysburg, Washington D.C., and New York. Did I say it again? I don't know. All right.
So I got to go on several trips while I was in Japan. I first climbed Mount Fuji with my Rotary district, and it was really good until I twisted both my ankles and had to take a truck down the mountain. It's all good. It's fine. It was still really beautiful. I got to watch the sunset from up there and the sunrise. It was great. I also went with my Rotary Club on a trip to Fukushima in the area that was affected by all the devastation a few years ago, and we stayed in the Hawaiian Center there, which was just gotten rebuilt, and I got to go on stage and dance with hula dancers, which I was obviously not as good as they were. And then we took, they go to New York, we took a Rotary bus trip to Kyoto, Osaka, and Nara, where I got to wear the kimono, and I also went to Universal Studios, Japan. And I also went skiing in Nagano, but I wasn't very good at it. And because of the school I went to, the second-year students, which I was, got to go on a trip to Okinawa, which is basically Japan's Hawaii. And I got to spend 4 days there with my class, and actually the picture on the top that spells out thank you is my brass band and I making a picture. I'm the one making the Y, the really, really tall one.
That's me on the trips that I did last year. The pictures on the right, those are some of the pictures that I had in Florida. We went to Disney and Universal, and I really want to thank you, this club, because you pay for it, so thank you so much. It was a really nice experience. And in the middle, I have a picture in New York with my host brother, and he is away because of college, and he was there in the city, and he took me and gave me a tour, so that was super nice. And that in the bottom left, that's me super proud in Epcot that you have like a piece of Mexican history, so I was really excited about that. And on the top, that's me in New York with all the flags. I thought that was super cool, really nice to have all the flags there.
So thank you all for this experience, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask us. Does anyone? Yeah.
Gio, would you say Stradivari again? I think I've driven this pronounced
All right.
my whole life.
All right. Should I say that to you? Or
Say it all.
Antonio Stradivari. Stradivari.
Stradivari.
Stradivari. Close enough.
Could you explain the process that brought you to Japan? Did you have choices, or how did you get to Japan?
Okay, so with the Rotary program, when you fill out your application, there's a list of countries that you can go to, and certain countries have certain requirements. And you get to put down your top 10 countries. Japan was actually my number 3 country, but when you send it in, people like Kathy Gatterdam or Walter Lundstrom, who was our district chair, kind of have watched you grow and watched your personality and have a little bit of a say in what country would fit you best. And they could put it with everyone else in our conference, which contains part of Canada, Tennessee, and they put you all together and they decide who's going to what country. Kathy.
What are those pretty jackets you wear? Can you explain this to us?
Sure. These jackets are, well, our clubs gave us these jackets, and we put like pins from all the people we know during our exchange. So we just have like, if you know someone from Japan or Brazil, they give you like a pin and you put it on your jacket and you exchange pins with them.
So are you able to get together with the other youth exchange students in the district on a regular basis, and how much fun is that?
So our district, which is 6690, we get together every month, once a month, so we know each other. Miranda actually can or decide to come or not because she's a rebound, so she's not supposed to come. But for inbounds and rebounds, inbounds and outbounds, so people that are in exchange or are going to on exchange, we are supposed to attend it. So yeah, once a month. And actually, it's gonna be last one, so the checkout basically next weekend. So that's kind of sad, but it's basically the last time we get to see all together.
So, when did you eat bacon?
First time, I guess, in August. Breakfast, I guess. But that's good in everything. It's good in a sandwich, just bacon, eggs. Bacon is good.
Question to Tony. Can I call you Tony? You can. Your last name is Stradivari.
No, my last name is Gagliardi. Stradivari is the.
You are from family of music.
Stradivari is the violin maker. I wish my last name was Stradivari.
Gio, tell everybody about the differences between soccer in Italy and soccer in America.
All right. So yeah, it's called football. So soccer in Italy, it's in Europe generally, it's much more technical and and faster, I guess. While here we play a lot, like Americans play a lot more like physical and with long throws and stuff. While we play more, in a small space. So that's pretty much it.
Gio won't tell you this, but he was Bexley's leading scorer this year.
So what was the biggest surprise for each one of you? What's the biggest surprise?
Besides repeat the question?
Everything was really small.
Everything was really big. Now, there's a lot of surprises, a lot of stuff that I didn't expect. But, it's just, you just saw like a few pictures and you see how, like, really, there's nothing close to what, like, it is here. It's just, like, totally different. So, it's not just about food, like, it's just everything is different. So, it's not even it's everything is a surprise, literally. Except, actually, a surprise was my team was good in soccer, so because the reputation is like it's not good, but they were really good, so grateful.
I think for me the biggest surprise was how people from the U.S. are really welcoming. I didn't thought that people from the U.S. were, warm and nice to each other. So that was a really big surprise for me, a nice one, because when you're in other country, you have a lot of stereotypes. Like, for example, I know Italians are loud.
Yeah.
Well, that one's true, but
Pizza maker.
yeah, and pizza makers. That's right. But it was really nice to know that Americans are super nice people.
Thank you and goodbye in your native language.
Grazie, arrivederci.
Gracias y adiós.
Arigatou gozaimashita. Sayonara.
such accomplished kids. It's so heartwarming to see them all enjoy themselves. Thank you, Kathy, and the Youth Exchange Committee, John, and everybody else. I appreciate all that you do. This was very interesting. Please join us next week to hear a representative from Local Matters who will be speaking to our club. Thank you.